ready to be published. The first 3 steps are already done simply because they are related to the creation of the app, meaning the name of the app, its category, and the theme. A theme is automatically applied when the app is created, but of course you can change it and customize it. So let's do that. Click on Modify, and you arrived on the theme list. As you can see, there are several predefined themes that you can choose for your app. I'm going to choose the landscape theme, and before applying it, I can preview it. So let's do this. Click on Preview Themes, and it shows what it looks like on your app. You can see the colors, the menu, the general design of the app, and if you like it, like me, go ahead and apply the theme. You can see that we completed the step on the Get Started menu, and here in step 3 we went from Discover to Landscape. The stage 4 is for the logo. To add your logo, you click on Add and you select your logo. For the purpose of the demo, I'm choosing a logo that is not respecting the guidelines. As you can see, I straight away have an alert that says that the image is not at the right dimensions, and so the quality is lost. We definitely don't want that, and we must respect the dimensions, so let's change that. Click on Edit, and as you can see, we are back on the logo menu, and we are going to delete it. You see the orange smiley telling us that the image is no good, so click on the trash can and re-upload the correct logo. And you see no more orange smiley. The other option in the menu lets you choose the size of your header, small, medium or large. I will keep the small one. You can also change the font if your logo is a text. Since I imported an image, that is not for me. And finally, you can align the logo left or centered. I will stick with centered. So let's go back to the Get Started and move on to the global style. The global styles allow you to manage the design of your app as a whole. So we go to the menu and click on Customize Design, and we land in the global style menu, and you can see different blocks. The first block is the theme. We changed that in step 3, but if you can find a theme that corresponds your needs, you can scroll all the way down, and from there you can create a custom theme. So you can choose all the colors for the buttons, the font, etc. For this demo, I will stay with the landscape one, so I will change that. Then block 2 is everything related to the typography, fonts and size for the text. As you can see here, you can change the size of all the different textual elements, and below you can change the fonts. It works with levels. There are 8 different levels. You can apply different levels to each title. For example, here the title 1 corresponds to the title here. See, if you change the font, it changes here, and so on. Block 3 is for the buttons. You can keep them square or pill-shaped with more or less rounded corner. I like them a bit rounded. However, for the color, this is managed by the themes. If you want to change it, you need to do it in your customized theme. We then have the hovering effect, meaning the effect on the image once the mouse is hovering over it. So there are different ones like zooming in, zooming out, and you can also choose opacity or no effect. Same things when hovering on a text. And here, if you choose underline title, you see it gets underlined when you move on it. Finally, the last block is all the additional elements: menu, icon, and back icon. The menu icon is here, and the back icon is simply when, for example, you are on an article. For example, I do this, and it's the arrow here. That's your back icon. If you don't know where this icon is, you can click on preview, and it will take you directly to where the icon is located, so you don't have to search for it. Once all of this is done, we finish with the global style. We can go back to the get started, and the next step is the app icon. This is what will be displayed on your user's screen. Click on add, and you will see you have two options: two type of icon, basically the text icon that you can just add manually. For example, I enter the initials of my app, change the background color, or add a background. You can also change the font, the colors, or add effects, or you can just upload an image. That's what I'm going to do. I import the icon directly, and voila, you have the River Daily icon right there. Here you have the name of your app. You can change it if you want. It automatically chooses the name of your app, and once you're happy with the result, click on generate. The GoodBarber tool will generate the logo for all the places where it's needed, like the App Store logo, Google Play, and for your PWA. So you don't have to create one for each OS or for the PWA. It's all done at once. Now let's go back to the checklist and go to the splash screen step. Like for the icon, you have two options: text or logo. For the text, you can change once again the color, the fonts, and add effects. Here you have the title, and here the baseline. You can add a colored background. I'm going to put white, and you can also put an image if you like it. I'm gonna add my logo, and once again there are dimensions to respect. So once you're happy with the result, you need to click on generate, and like for the icon, it's been generated for the iOS, Android, and also the landscape for tablets. Back once again to the get started, and it's time to start with the content part. Until now we were on the design. Now we move on to the content part. To add content, start by clicking on add content, and we are going to create what we call a section. A section is basically like a category. See here, you can create all sort of sections: blog, galleries, map, events, etc. There are a multitude of sections, and also depending on the type of apps you're creating, you may add different sections than the ones I will use here. For example, for this webinar, I'm creating a news app, so I'm adding a blog section, and I'm naming my list of articles traveled, and then I click on add. You can see it's been added to the existing one, which are actually the demo content, so don't forget to delete that. We can create an article directly from this section. You click on create an article, and since it's the travel category, let's do a short post on Hawaii. So here it's like all the content creator. We enter the title, add the content, And of course, all the text options um, are here. If you want bold, underline, and if you want to add other element, click on the green plus sign. I want to add a photo to my article, so I added another block. Let's browse and add my photo. Okay, my article is now ready. I can move on to the right side. As you can see, there are two tabs. The info tabs here is to check if your article is in the right branch, meaning the right section. Here it's the travel section, so it's okay. Here you are the author. You can choose between yourself or a member of your team, or if you want to enter the name directly, select free author. Add the date. You can also choose the thumbnail. If you have several photos, you can choose a specific one to be the thumbnail. You can write a summary, and on the right side tab, it's all about SEO. The tags, the slug, and the URL of your article. And once your content is ready, you can hit publish and it will be accessible in the app. When we go back to the contents list, we can see that the article has been created. As I mentioned previously, you will notice that there are articles created already in the app, but they are only demo content. Don't hesitate to delete them or modify them. They are only here to help you at the beginning, but they are not meant to stay in your app, so don't forget to delete them. And let's go back 2 minutes on the design. Now that we have added content, I can show you some specificities. First of all, the main navigation menu. This is the part that opens when you click on the menu icon. There are 5 different templates. You can see them here, and you can also create one from scratch or choose not to have one at all. For example, if you put tab bar, it creates a new navigation menu and so on. I'm going to stay with swipe, and once you select a navigation menu, you will see new option on the right side menu. You have the layout. The layout, as its name indicate, is simply the order of your menu. And then you have your header, which is here, the main navigation, which is over here, and the footer there. I prefer adding a white logo, so I'm going to add a logo. I click on it and import my image. Well, I much prefer in white. For the rest, it's the same. Each time you add the element that you need, you can also reorganize the order of the section. For example, here I will move the travel up and see now it's in second position in the main navigation. Then you have the home page. You can select which auction section will appear on the home page. And finally, you have the section design. So all the section that you will create will be added here. You can see that the travel section is here. If you click on it, you will see two parts, the section itself and the part for the articles inside the section. You change the first part, it's the section, and here you can choose templates, font, colors, everything can be edited. And you see it changes as soon as you click on the different part of the structure, so you can't get lost. On the article part, you can change the font, the colors, the backgrounds, and you have different article templates. Of course, depending on the section you will find different options. Once again, depending on the type of the app you want to create, the content creation will vary. You won't put the same section, so you won't necessarily have the same option in design and all, but the principle will remain the same. I would also like to take this opportunity to show you a place where you can look for help if you need it, of course. So it's located here on the support button at the bottom right corner of your back office. Click on support and this will take you to our help center. And in the help center, you will find online help, video tutorials, blog article, etc. That will help you to create your app. So the online help is simply help on specific points. For example, on the general design, if you need assistance on the global style, you have a very specific help that explains you how to make changes in the global style, and you see it's very didactic. It really shows step by step, and if you don't find what you're looking for, just go here and you can contact the support directly, and you choose the category and you choose a subcategory. You have the corresponding help if needed, and if you want to continue, you just open your tickets and you enter the subject, ask your question, and click on send, and the support will treat your request and come back to you as soon as possible. Then for the rest of the resources in the help center, we have video tutorials available in English. You also have links to our blog where we often publish content on the app world, and also articles to guide you on how to create an app or what the best practice are, and so on. And finally, a few months ago, we launched the GoodBarber Academy, which is a collection of courses that allows you to develop and validate your GoodBarber expertise. So this is the end of the webinar. I hope it helped you. And we will move on to the Q&A part. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them, and I will do my best to.
So, before answering any question, I will just show you 2 or 3 things. First of all, if you want to check how many days are left before the end of your trial, you just go on your profile here and you click on subscription, and here you have the remaining days. Your trial ends in 30 days, for example, and it will decrease until the end. And when it reaches the end, you will need to subscribe to GoodBarber if you want to keep or publish your app. Of course, you can subscribe to GoodBarber before the end of the trial, but you have 30 days max. The second thing I want to talk about is a recurring question that I have during these webinars. It's about monetization. How can I make money with my app? So we launch in February what we call the in-app purchases. So it's a way to monetize your app thanks to subscription. It's like a big newspaper app, where you have some part of your content that is not accessible to every user unless they subscribe to you. For example, if we take a newspaper app, for example, you have an article and you can show a preview of the article, but if the person wants to read the whole article, they will need to subscribe. And this is how you can generate money, for example, but it's just one example. You have a lot of other way, and you also have the advertising part where you can uh, monetize your app in different way. The third thing that I want to mention is the extension store. The extension store is where you can find all the extension that you can add to your GoodBarber app. As you can see here, you have a lot of extensions. You have a lot of uh, different things like RSS feed for article, video. You have schedule push. You have make, Zapier, all kind of extension in-app purchases that I just mentioned. And also you see that you have some of them that have little sticker, the lab sticker. It just means that the extension is not available right now, but will be in the future because our developers are looking into it. And if you want to get notified when it's released, you just have to click on notify. And if it's released, you will receive an email when it's up. So right now, I don't see any question in chat. Maybe you don't have a question right now because you just started in the back office. So maybe the question will come later, later. So just like I showed previously, just click on support when you have the question and contact the support or look for online help or video tutorials to help you. And if I see no question, I will just end this webinar and wish you guys a happy app building and see you next time. Bye.